Hi, and welcome to Hypnotize Me. This is Dr. Elizabeth Bonet, and I am the host of this podcast all about hypnosis, transformation, and healing. Today, I thought I would just do a mini episode because the anxiety is so high right now in South Florida. I know that this happens around the world when a natural disaster occurs. So last night I wrote a blog post, 5 practical ways to reduce anxiety when a hurricane is on the way. But again, that could go for any natural disaster really that's, is coming. Often you don't know they're coming, but sometimes you do. So what can we do? I'm an anxiety specialist and I work so much with anxiety. And part of that is because I know it intimately. Like I've had anxiety really severely at different points in my life. Right now, it's at a pretty low level, but of course it rises when something like a hurricane is coming. It's going to hit my home. So what are ways that you can help reduce it? Practical ways. Well, the first way is to check in with friends that are calmer than you. So often there's all this chatter that goes on around something coming your way, and you find that you're talking to people who just make you more anxious instead of less. Recognize that. Say to yourself, is this person helping to calm me down and help me feel reassured like I can handle this? Or is this person just totally freaking me out? And if they're freaking you out, just acknowledge that to yourself and say, okay, I got to go do some preparations. I'll talk to you later, right? If you can, assuming it's not family. So the second one is to take action. Pretty much doing anything when you're in anxiety, and this applies at any time. If you can take an action, it helps reduce the anxiety. That means, let's say a natural disaster is not on the way, going for a walk, writing something, deciding to do a yoga pose, deciding to go to the gym, doing anything active will help reduce anxiety. If you have a natural disaster coming, then you can inventory your home. You can video it, you can grab supplies, you can make lists. Again, you can always go for a walk or run if you have time to do that. You can survey your yard, see what you need to move. You can talk to your neighbors, assuming they help you feel calmer, right? Any of that. My daughter, when she found that she's going to go to her dad's house and she couldn't take all her precious books because there's way too many to do that, she made an inventory of them. And I realized this really helped her. It kept her mind busy. She was doing something active. She had to walk around the house because they're in a couple of different places, and it helped calm her down. So something as simple as that could help reduce anxiety. Third is nod your head yes. So I was out to dinner the other night, and you know how waiters come by and they say, how are you doing? And you say, good. How about you? This waiter said, everything is well. Just like that, everything is well. And he's nodding his head up and down. And I was like, that is wonderful. I love that. We started talking and he was like, a psychologist taught me this. He didn't know that I'm a psychologist. He had no idea. He was like, a psychologist taught me that. And to say it out loud is a signal to the body, particularly when you're nodding your head, that everything is well right now. And it helps the body keep you well. Well, I absolutely love that. And it works, right? You nod your head and you say everything right now in this moment is okay. Everything is well. Fourth, seek out the calm in a crisis professionals on social media. So if you have access to social media, seek out the ones that are going to make you laugh, that are reassuring you, that are giving good information, but at the same time, they're not freaking out about stuff. These are often like first responders, medical professionals, psychotherapists are often in this category, psychologists. We have a different perspective, and it's part of our profession to calm people down on a pretty regular basis. So we're really good at it. We work at that skill, and that comes across in our social media too. So that's another way to help reduce your anxiety. And particularly making yourself laugh. If you get stuck in the very seriousness of the story of something that's about to happen, it's hard to come out of anxiety in that instance. It's okay. Give yourself permission to step out for a minute and laugh about what's going on. In Florida, we have all these memes because we have hurricane season every year, and we all have different levels of like when we start preparing. So all of those memes help us laugh at what's going on and reduce some tension. They let go of some tension there, which helps reduce anxiety. So fifth one, final, make your mantra, everything I truly need is replaceable. Or if you like, I have insurance. Okay. Like insurance takes care of everything. That's what we always think. But seriously, everything you truly need, food, shelter, everything is replaceable. Now, I know some people go to, what about if something happens to one of my children, my parents, my loved ones? What if something happens to them? Yeah, they're not replaceable. They're really not. Your memories of them will always remain, though. And that's what I try to tell people. Like, we do our best to keep our loved ones safe. Of course we do. But we don't always control all of that anyway. Like, someone could die at any moment, not necessarily during a natural disaster. Does the risk rise? Absolutely. During a natural disaster. Do we control all of that? No, we don't. So use this as an opportunity to reach out to them, to tell them how much you love them, to write them emails, to write them letters. There was one year when I was doing some personal growth work, and I wrote my girls a letter to them in case something happened to me. I kept a baby book when they were little, like pretty religiously, and now I write in it on their birthday. And of course, that's more of like a journal type book, because the baby book got filled up. But in this instance, I actually wrote them a letter about how beautiful and wonderful they were to parent, how much I loved it, how much they transformed my life, how magical they are. They are absolutely magical creatures. That's how I feel about them. So you can also do that, and that can often help take down your anxiety and reduce it and say, okay, my relationships are important and everything is okay right now. I'm present here. So those are some tips for you. I hope you enjoyed this little mini episode. I know it wasn't about hypnosis. Of course, you can listen to a hypnosis file to help you reduce anxiety. I just don't really picture that happening with like everyone making preparations. But if you can make time for it, awesome. Go to my website, get the free one. There's a free one to reduce fear and anxiety specifically. And if you have a 15, 20-minute break to do that, give it a try. Help yourself. Yes. All right. Have a wonderful week, people. And hopefully you will have an episode on Monday. If I lose power, there may be a delay. But cross your fingers that it's not too bad. Okay. Peace. If you like this episode, do me a favor and rate, review, and subscribe on whatever player you like. Or even better, tell a friend so that more and more people learn about hypnosis and how it can be helpful for them. If you want to know more about me, head over to drlizhypnosis.com. That's DRLIZ hypnosis.com. You can see the downloads and see if there's one that's helpful for your life. Or you could also join the newsletter and get a couple of free files, as well as lots of good content. I've written a newsletter for well over 10 years. Go ahead and subscribe and join the rest of the world. All right, people, have a wonderful week.